2 balls and a strike to count on Taylor. Reyes fires, swinging a drive, deep left field. It's his way back. Welcome on, Chris Taylor.
What's up, everyone? Welcome into DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com. My name is Jeff Spiegel, joined today by Matt Moreno. Matt, today we got some good news on the injury front. I know it's lockout, there's no real baseball stuff, but Dustin May has begun throwing. This is good news for the Dodgers. May, the 24-year-old righty, left a game on May 1st, ends up tearing his UCL, requires Tommy John surgery, recently started throwing the past couple of weeks. Now, this doesn't mean he's going to be back anytime soon. They're expecting after the All-Star break, I think is hopeful. But this is good news for the Dodgers because, as you and I both know, Matt, Dustin May was really good last season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, this isn't to say that a return is around the corner by any means or, count on Dustin May at the start of the season. But it's important at least that there's early progress for now, right? That he's on track. There isn't a setback. He was emerging. He arguably would have been in the Rookie of the Year race had he stayed healthy, I think.
Yeah.
He was really kind of starting to find his rhythm as a full-time starter. It's the injury, obviously. The Tommy John is, as much as it's sort of routine with pitchers now, it still is a really long recovery.
Yeah.
And with a young pitcher, you kind of worry, mentally a little bit, not necessarily Dustin May specifically, but it is good to see, when he posted the video of him throwing, like, there have been encouraging updates from him, and he seems to be in good spirits, which I think is equally as important.
Yeah, you pointed out. I mean, he makes 5 starts last season. He throws 23 innings. He strikes out 35 guys in 23 innings. He posts a 2.74 ERA, a walks and hits per inning pitch of less than 1. So really impressive. So my question for you, Matt, is if you're the Dodgers, how do you plan for Dustin May in the 2022 season? You've got this guy who you're expecting back for the second half of the season. That being said, he will have missed a year to a year and a half. He's just 24, former top prospect, so this is a guy that long-term you're hoping slots in alongside Buehler and alongside Urias as kind of the future of your rotation. So we know the Dodgers have holes in the rotation. They've signed Andrew Heaney. They've got Tony Gonsolin. Clayton Kershaw is still out there. How would you handle the Dodgers rotation moving forward? Like, are you needing to fill the entire 5-man rotation, maybe even a 6-man rotation, and then anything May gives you as a bonus, or are you kind of saving a spot for him?
Yeah, so for me, Dustin May is completely a bullpen piece next year. Okay. And it's not because I doubt his potential to contribute. It's just I think you look at the calendar, you look at the Dodgers' history of how they handle, players coming back from significant injuries. I think it would be unlikely that Dustin May is stretched back out to, a full starter. They're going to throw him into the rotation in the second half of the season. Of course, if he shows that he's kind of capable of doing something like that, and if injuries or performance dictate it, then I think the Dodgers will obviously, adjust their plan. But I find it hard to believe that as we sit here now in December, looking ahead to next season, that they're planning on anything other than a relief role for Dustin May. And that doesn't necessarily mean 1 inning. I think he could possibly give you 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he would be built up to kind of going 5 or 6 innings.
Yeah, it'll be fascinating because, as I said, I mean, as the Dodgers sit right now, they've kind of got 2 aces in Buehler and Urias. You've got Andrew Heaney, who's a 1-year deal, which, by the way, I think that 1-year deal kind of lines up with the Dustin May timeline. Heaney fills a need for you this season without any long-term commitment, so that spot is saved for Dustin May. But even as you talk about a guy like Clayton Kershaw, who's got some injury concerns right now, who you don't know, he's getting up there in age, how durable he will be. I wonder if the idea with Kershaw kind of fits in alongside a guy like May, because maybe you signed Kershaw saying, hey, we know we're not going to get 220 innings and 35 starts from Kershaw, but if he can stay healthy for the first half of the season and then kind of get some extra rest in the second half when a guy like May comes back, that'll be interesting. The other piece is the young arms they have. We know Andre Jackson and Mitch White are already there, but Dustin May available in the second half is interesting because who knows? Maybe Ryan Pepio is ready in the second half. Maybe Bobby Miller is ready in the second half. And so it's really fascinating because the Dodgers are in a unique spot where right now, if the season had to start, there aren't a ton of starting pitchers that you feel really, really good about. But it's possible that you get to the second half of the season and the Dodgers get May back. And they have a couple of their top prospects, Landon Knack, another guy, just banging on the door, ready to come. And who knows how that plays out. So I'm with you. I think you don't count on much with May. You go into free agency basically assuming he's not going to give you anything from a rotation perspective this season. And then anything he gives you is gravy. Maybe he's ready once the postseason begins and can be slotted in as a number 3, number 4 starter then, because the upside on him is much higher than pretty much anybody else that you could sign at this point. So the good news, again, is that Dustin May has started throwing. He seems to be on track, if not maybe slightly ahead of schedule for that all-star break-ish return in 2022. Of course, assuming there is a 2022 baseball season. We're assuming that. It's still December. We're hopeful for this. But the good news for the Dodgers, Dustin May recently started throwing, where there's no setback. There's no, things aren't going as well. They seem to be going well. That's good news. So what do you think? How much would you count on for Dustin May in 2022? Is he a bullpen piece when he comes back? Is he a starting pitcher when he comes back? Or do you wait to put him in the rotation in 2023? Let us know below. We appreciate you joining us. Happy holidays. That's Matt Moreno. My name is Jeff Spiegel. As always, check out DodgerBlue.com, DodgerBlue1958 everywhere on social media. And make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell here at YouTube. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time.